this video, I'll explain how to use the historical timeline dashboard in the Storyteller OS. After setting up a project in your Storyteller OS, scroll down the projects page to your listed dashboards and click on this historical timeline dashboard. This dashboard here is to help you organize the historical events of your fictional world, keeping your world history consistent and reducing the chances of retcons in your story. It's also a very great tool for connecting scenes to specific events in your timeline, ensuring everything flows well. Super handy when you're juggling multiple plot lines at once. If you're interested in trying out a free version of this dashboard before getting the Storyteller OS, there is a fictional history timeline template that you can get for free on storyflint.com. Alright, let's scroll down to the first section of this dashboard. This first section contains database views for setting up eras and months for your world's history. They are both connected to your project's events database via relation properties. Eras are unique time periods that break up the history of your world. Just like the ages in Middle-earth from The Lord of the Rings, where the year count resets with each new age, you can use eras to organize important events in your story. This can also organize events in your world's history that happen during or right before your tale starts, as well as ancient times, similar to these example eras of the Harry Potter universe. Plot out what eras your world has in this database. You can click this button to create a new era. Be sure to set the order of your era with this property. If you don't want to use any eras for your world's history, you don't have to add any, and you can delete these placeholders here. The next database view is for setting up custom months. If your story is set in a fantasy world, you might have different months in terms of the number and names than the standard Gregorian calendar of our real world. You can edit months in this view to match your fictional worlds. Change the names, order, and even the number of months your fictional world has. But if you are using these standard months, just keep them as is. Once you're happy with the eras and months of your historical timeline, you can scroll down to the actual timeline part of the dashboard. It contains these three database views: the events timeline, connect eras to scenes, and the scenes timeline. The events timeline view shows all the events in your world's history in chronological order, grouped by eras. Use this view to add more events to your world's history. You might need to manually reorder the groupings of eras in this timeline, as they may not be in the correct order by default. You can rearrange the order in this view like this. Let's create a new event under this era. We'll give it a name. And select the type of event it is. You can choose between major event, minor event, war, natural disaster, cultural shift or change, or reign/dynasty. If we scroll here, you'll see the era is already set because we created this event in this era's grouping. Next, we'll set the year this event takes place in, the month, and the day if this event takes place on a single day. When you set these properties up, you'll see the written date property populated with the date details you inputted. The written date property is a formula property that takes the era, year, month, and day a month of the event and displays it as a phrase. It's a clean way to see your event's date in other views. But don't use this property to actually change your event's date. You want to use the era, year, month, and day a month properties instead. If you decided not to use any distinct eras for your world's history, you can edit this property's formula to remove this bit at the end, so it doesn't show anything at the end. When you create a new event, it should automatically populate with a template that displays the other elements of your story linked to this event, while also allowing you to create or connect additional elements. Let's go to this Connect Events to Scenes view. This view showcases all the scenes you've created for your project, organized by the corresponding book with these toggles. You can enhance your scenes by adding or connecting historical events using the Featured Event relation property. Connect events to your scenes like this. If we find the scene where Harry enters the Chamber of Secrets, we can tie the event we just created to it. Actually, there are multiple scenes that took place during this particular event, so we'll tie the event to these scenes as well. Finally, the scenes timeline view shows you a list of events and the scenes tied to them. This way you can see a chronological view of your scenes based on the events they are tied to. You can also create new scenes to these events in this view here to add to your story or connect already existing scenes. And that's how you use the historical timeline dashboard in the Storyteller OS. Get the free fictional history timeline template to try out and learn more about the Storyteller OS at storyflint.com.